All right. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, on the Seven of Wands, this is about a battle, but it's a battle that you're winning. So if you feel some kind of struggle or strife in your life right now, just know that you have the upper ground of that you're in the right and that you are succeeding in this. The others are growing tired, and it's just a matter of time before you break through this period right now. And this lends really nicely into our next card, which is the Strength card. Now, this could be the sign of Leo, possibly, but this has to do with inner strength as well. You'll notice that this woman is gently closing the mouth of the lion, but this is a symbol for your internal experience. This is about knowing when to pull in your brute strength and to use a strengthness of character. You'll also notice the infinity symbol above her head, and that she is working for the greater good, this person here. Okay. This is also the 8 card, and of course, the figure 8 over her head is an 8, right? So again, that has to do with ties with infinity and with about your immortal soul, your spirit, your strength of character that is part of your interminable spirit. Oops. So I'm bumping the table anyway. Sorry about that. We see here the Ace of Wands. Excuse me. So this is about putting passion into action, and this is about new beginning. This could be new romantic relationship. And I'm getting the sense that for a lot of you, it is, because we see this morphing really nicely into the Lover's card. Lover's card can possibly be a Gemini, can be a head or heart decision. With you, because there are other cards at play here, it really could be anybody. We've got the Queen of Wands just below that. So again, that ties me back to Leo. As we saw, the Strength card could be that. If you are interested romantically in somebody, it could be that you admire the strength that you see in him or her. The Queen of Wands doesn't have to be literally a female person, could be a male, whatever. But again, this is somebody who is somebody passionate and somebody who is good at putting her passion into action. And she's not, she's a very sunny personality, a joy to be around. Somebody who kind of lights up the room by being in it. Definitely a positive energy for you, Pisces. And a queen is somebody who's, they're sort of the master of their element. They're not, they're not the student. They're not learning how to apply this stuff. They already have this knowledge and skill to make it work in real time. Now, this has to do with deception or getting away with something, but also leaving something behind. This person's stolen these swords out of these tents, and then here they're leaving that bit behind. This just came up in Aquarius reading as well. So you may want to look at the Aquarius reading, some of you. But this does have to do with getting away with something. So it could be that one or both of you is sneaking around on somebody else. Maybe you're in a less than committed relationship, or a relationship you don't want to be committed to, or maybe that person is. You're hoping for this lover's element over here, but it could be that someone is not quite being honest with somebody that they were in before they met and started seeing you. Again, take this as it resonates. Have the open conversation with somebody, and then later, if you find out that they're lying, then that's on them, and you've done your best in that. This card here at the center, we see the World, and the World is about completion of a major cycle of your life. So for some of you, you've met this fire sign person, and you are at the stage of completing your cycle. You're trying to, possibly about a breakup with your previous relationship. It could be about if you weren't in that previous relationship, it could be that you were a single person and you're now leaving that behind. Again, take it as it resonates. But we do see this, whoever this person is, there's a great deal of passion in that. You're starting something completely new. This is like a rebirth right here. In fact, it looks like a person being born through the birth canal, symbolically speaking. And of course, we see this lion that we saw in the strength card again. So for a lot of you, it could possibly be a Leo, could be a Taurus, could be Aries, any of these other symbols up here could be indicative of what's going on for you. You've been feeling kind of burdened. You've had a lot of responsibilities going on. It could be that if you've had somebody in your life that was less than honorable, you've been cleaning up after them. Be careful you're not involved in enabling or codependent relationships, because that will suck you dry emotionally, energetically, spiritually, and all the rest of that. And you won't have a whole lot of energy to put into something else. But as we saw earlier, your battle here is just about over. This person that's been trying to get away with what they can get away with, you've been in the high moral ground. You've been the one who has been taking the right standpoint here, and you're about to get rid of your responsibilities. This is about to go away. You've been shouldering more than your fair share. You're about done. You're recognizing it for what it is, and you're kind of fired up. And I think this is where, in part, the strength has to come in. Now, this strength is representative of what's on your mind and what you want to do. But it may be that you yourself have to adopt some of this Queen of Wands energy and be able to put this strength into action in your own life and set the boundary with the freeloader, or whoever this person is over here that's trying to get away with your stuff. Quit carrying their burdens for them. Put them down. Look at how your back is breaking over here on the right-hand side. You don't need to do that. You sit on your throne and say, F you, go away, right? You tell them what time to do. It's your life, you know? Then we've got, let me put this card down for a moment here. We'll circle back, I'm sure. We've got this Page of Swords energy coming here. This is about truth coming in. This is about clarity, possible Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, possibly a young person, possibly an immature person if they're not altogether all that young. But this tends to be about truth or about cutting someone or something out of your life. We also see here this Justice card, who also has a sword and comes in truth, in balance, with eyes wide open. I'm on to you. I know your game. I know what you're trying to get away with, and I'm not going to allow it. I'm throwing these down because they're exhausting me. I'm completing the cycle. This is a new day. I'm cutting your crap out, and I'm done here. Because for some of you, it may be you've met someone else and you're really thinking this could be a balanced and healthy relationship. For others of you, if it's not that there's another person that's come in, it could be that you're ready to take this. You're becoming the Queen of Wands. Doing the strength energy, setting your boundary, getting fired up and passionate, throwing this down, ending this cycle of abuse here, and making the head or heart decision to say, you know something, I'm not only am I done here, but I'm also justified in my action to throw down these burdens and to get rid of this person here who's toxic for me. Because you're done fighting. You're sick of fighting. Too much of our suffering in our life is through choice. It's because we feel bad or we feel responsible for somebody else. If that person is over 18, you're not responsible anymore. I'm also feeling like for some of you, some of this energy could be from your kid, like an over 18-year-old kid who's not actually a kid, but they're a legal adult. And for some of you, you may need to be setting some boundaries here because you're still feeling depleted. Maybe it is time for you to put some strength. You know, you have the right. You know, you have the right to have your life. You got to adulthood for that. And if you have an over 18 young person that is your daughter or son, you know, it may be that you say, you know something, you're an adult now and I want my life back. And for some of you, it's not going to feel easy to do. Then again, you have the strength and the courage to do it. And you know that you're not being unfair. This is completely fair. Sometimes we don't realize, right, that when we do everything for someone else or when we don't set the boundary. When we don't say no to somebody, we deprive them of the opportunity to feel proud of themselves. Like when you teach your kid who's 11, 12, 13 to do the laundry or whatever, they may grumble about doing it. They might not feel happy to do it, but deep inside, they feel proud of themselves because they're able to do something successfully and well. And that's what the elementary school years are about. In the teenage years, is kids are trying on new things and doing stuff. So whether this is your ex that you're trying to get rid of, or you're soon to be, or maybe going to be your ex, and you've got to set limits, maybe this is your adult child, even if it's an underage teenager, you can still set limits. You can still give them chores to do. You can still make them participate in the household. It's, unless the kid's living at the Hilton and they're a multimillionaire child, which is, improbable, there's no reason that they can't take on their fair share of the labor. It's only fair in a household. It's everybody's got to pitch in. So let me, now that was the Rider Tarot deck. I keep calling it the Rider Waite. I don't know why. And then here we have the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Linn. So let me go ahead and shuffle the Oracle cards here. We'll pull one out or let one fall out as it may be. And we'll see what guidance from Spirit that they have for you above and beyond the reading itself. Maybe there's some words of wisdom on these cards that they would like for you to tap into. Okay. And this one is called Desert Passage. Trust that there's a divine plan. Give me one moment to look that up and we'll see what that has to say. Desert Passage. Okay. Even if it seems that life has areas of barrenness, beneath the surface, life is transforming in accordance with your higher good. Trust that you are guided, even if it doesn't always seem like it. There are spiritual guides, allies, and angels surrounding you. Listen with your heart. Act on your instincts. Believe that the messages you are being given are in your highest good. Get down to basics. Trust what you feel. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know the desert path can seem like a vast wasteland, yet it is in the isolation that immense insights and intuitions can emerge. In times of old, sages and visionaries retreated into the desert to connect more deeply with Spirit. If in the past you trusted your instincts, and then later it seemed to be a mistake, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Often those things that we thought were mistakes in the past, in hindsight, were the best things possible for us. As you open to your intuition, you will sense messages from and the loving presence of your spirit guides and ancestors. There is a potent plan for your life. Trust. Yes, and definitely trust, Pisces. You're one of the more intuitive signs in the horoscope. I mean, everyone can tap in. It's not, just for a few. It's for everyone to be able to tap in. Being able to go within the calm, right? Going within the calm inside. You have the internal strength to do this. This card did not come up by accident, right? This is your strength too. And this is about you having the wisdom and the guidance and the judgment to be able to do this. We're never really alone. Being alone is just a deception that we play on ourselves. But you have the ability to have what you want come true.